Hello, everybody.
Okay, we're having to redo this because we had to stop for a reason, but we're going back, and this is part 2, by the way.
Part 2.
And we're going to finish these questions. And question number 5, what is your favorite episode of the show? Now, if we seem annoyed because we're having to repeat some of these, it's because we're literally having to repeat our answers.
Yeah.
My favorite episode of the show, I think, it's in season 2 when I can't remember the episode number. I used to know it because I would always tell people to watch it. I think it was around the 110s, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah.
It was the one where Ren and Misaki are playing, and right before they start, Ren takes Asuka's Pale Moon and hands it to Misaki and says, I want you to use this. And Misaki's like, why do you want me to use this? And he said he wanted to see how she played out of her comfort zone. And this also ties into the 4th one, the best piece of advice she could give to new players, and that's do not be afraid to try other clans.
There's many out there.
Because also by learning how to use every clan, you also learn how to play against it and how to beat it. So,
absolutely.
What about you? What is your favorite episode?
My favorite episode would probably be, as of the series, it would be the last episode of season 1 where Aichi fights Ren with Majesty and finally, overcomes, Cyqualia.
And brings Ren as a good guy.
Yeah. And then, if I were to say, for comic relief, it would be the episode where Morikawa has the Nova Grappler starter deck. He enters the shop tournament in Season 2. And
with gold rutile.
Yeah, gold rutile. And just whips everybody. He does not lose a bit. And
there was never a game where he even was close to losing.
Even with Aichi.
I mean, he destroyed Aichi.
Yeah.
It proves that you should never give Morikawa a good deck.
Well, if you think about it, the only 2 good decks Morikawa's ever played, he's played the Gold Rotile Trial deck and he played Kai's End.
Yes.
And
with
somehow,
the Dauntless.
And somehow with 6 drive checks, he hits 1 trigger.
That's very unlikely odds, I gotta say.
I mean, I've sat down and put myself in that exact same situation, and I at least get 2.
It's like, no.
But... Okay, question number 6. Which character do you think is more like the other? So, what character do I think Zane is, and what character does he think I am?
Yeah.
For me, he, to me, is mostly like Goki. Because Goki, the Grand Blue player from the show, he's always got a positive outlook on things like Zane does. He's always smiling. He's always happy, and he plays Grand Blue because that was I think your first main competitive deck.
Yeah, that was exactly my main competitive deck. Yeah.
We're not messing with you.
And when set 13 rolls around, it will probably be your main deck again.
I might.
So
I might.
You're getting your break ride finally.
That'll be nice. Yes, and he looks fantastic. I gotta say.
Yeah. And Great Nature. Yeah, and Great Nature finally too.
And wait until set 14 where I go crazy.
What's this set 14?
Reversed Ashley.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
All right. Well, what about you?
Well, I would have to say you're either Ren or Kai.
So either a total deck or only half a deck.
No matter what, destructive, but fun.
Yeah. But deep down, a good person.
Oh yeah.
Okay, question 7. Your biggest pet peeve about Cardfight Vanguard?
Yeah, now this took some thought a little bit, but now we've got our answers, I think.
Grade locked and getting double triggered.
Yes.
Getting double critted specifically.
Especially that.
Because you're 3 damage, you have plenty of hand advantage, you have complete control of the board.
That one moment you just decided, it's like, no guard, I guess.
It's like, sure, and your opponent's like, crit, plus 5,000 here, crit here, plus crit, plus 5, and you're just like...
Stop making more of my moves.
And then...
It's like, really?
And the worst part is, after 3 damage, you hope at least 1
heal trigger
is a heal trigger. No matter what, it would go off.
Yeah, but you know what I've actually done? I've hit a draw trigger on my 4th, drew a heal trigger, then hit nothing, then hit a draw trigger on 6th, and then drew another heal trigger.
That's just insult.
And it's just like, really, deck?
Really?
You were just like, how can we stick it to Jaden this time?
It's like, oh, what do you mean, though? We're giving you all the shield you want?
Yeah, but I need a heal trigger now.
Sounds like earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what about you?
What was the question again? Oh, yeah.
Your biggest pet peeve.
Yeah. When you make something, if you're like 4 or 5 damage, and you choose to make something 2 to pass, when you could make it no pass, because you have such a wide variety in your hand. it's like I could stop it, but really it would be kind of inconvenient if I just drop my perfect right now, or if I use an extra 5K to make it, because maybe I won't have enough for the next row, and then end up double trigger, and it does get chosen for your Vanguard. Just, it's like I could have stopped it, but I didn't stop it, and
Crushed.
it's defeating.
It happens.
It does happen.
The number one thing you got to keep in mind, guys, about Vanguard, it's a game. Well, but also
With luck.
there's a lot of probability in this game.
Yes. Now, see, the thing is, for a fact, I know if you play the game and you have the deck flip, you can have the triggers in there if you want to, but if they did nothing, like if they didn't give a 5,000 power boost, you can literally just wait till the game decks out, because there's no way to really go past unless your Vanguard has a special ability. Because without those triggers, you have no way of making that extra push. You can just drop like 5 cards each turn or 3, and it's good enough.
Yeah.
You don't even have to drop anything special for the Vanguard, because you just need to drop 10K, and that's already stopped if it has no triggers possible.
That's entirely true.
So you do need it.
Okay, question 8. What is your favorite card?
Favorite card? Yeah, that's tough.
Well, for me, it's Majesty Lord Blaster.
Yeah.
He was the guy who hooked me into this big
Fantastic
thing
card.
called Card Fight Vanguard. I mean, I have a lot of favorites. I love the Ezzles, the Blasters, Blaster Blade, Blaster Dark, which I'm also including Revenger Blaster Dark and Blaster Blade Liberator. They're the same
Just put a
card.
little title in there. And
Blaster Blade Seeker.
They're the same thing.
Yeah.
Blaster Blade, all Blaster Blade Liberator and Blaster Blade's difference is you basically took a gold cape and put it on top of him. That's it.
that's about done. Yeah.
I also like the Wingles because they look like wolves. I have a wolf.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
I have it's an Arctic Wolf Husky who's completely huge, and her main way of getting your attention is she'll stand right next to you and just start leaning against you. She weighs 175 pounds, so
You'll notice.
You'll notice pretty quickly. It's like, I want attention. You're not paying attention to me. I want attention.
All right, don't touch your head.
Yeah, and eventually she'll just knock you over.
Yeah. All right, fine. Kibbles and bits. We'll make it.
Actually, she prefers steak and gravy. And if there's,
I bet you make a mean steak.
Oh, I do. I got for story time for Valentine's Day. I got from my grandmother and grandfather.
Yeah.
They sent me this box of grilling tools.
There you go.
That brush that you can paint on.
I love those.
Oh, it comes in a little red box. It just. I made baby back ribs the other night on the grill.
Were they good?
That's baby back good. Yeah, baby.
Let me put it to you this way: they were so good. When I had the plate to put the ribs on, I picked the ribs up, I held them over the plate, all the meat literally fell off. That's how good they were.
That's delicious.
That's when you know if they're done right. Is when the meat falls off the bone and you're just like, oh, good God.
Just delicious. Sorry, vegetarians.
Vegetarians. You know what? I don't.
But,
I've seen all those documentaries. How to scare people to becoming one off meat. They don't work. I mean, now when I saw the one about how hot dogs were made, I didn't touch hot dogs for about 6 months.
It's pretty grody.
What were they made of?
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
You don't.
I know, and you don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
Just leave it at that. Don't even Google it. Don't even Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look it up online.
That's what we're saying.
On your own time, by yourself in your room.
No! Ew! Mom dropped the hot dogs!
We're going to get a text message from him now at like 1 in the morning going, you bastards. Okay, question 9. Out of all the seasons, which season has been your favorite so far? Season 1, Season 2, or Season 3?
Oh.
He's going to look up what.
Season 2.
You're choking him.
I don't like the.
You're choking him.
I'll admit, the Season 2 intro, I don't care for much, but I like Season 2 probably better, perhaps?
Well, Season 2 was good. See, this is another one of them hard questions.
Yeah.
Damn you for sending me hard questions.
Then again, Vanguard, that's all we have, though.
Well, Season 1 was cool because
Fantastic season.
even though it opened up the most stereotypical between all these... Have you noticed all these Japanese animes, the main character is, I'm alone, I don't have friends, I have no self-esteem, and then all of a sudden a bully comes along, and it's like... And then at the end of that episode, let's be friends! And then all of us, and then something happens to these people, and they become better. And then something happens to them, and they become dark. The same thing happened to Yugi. He got the Silibori Calcos, he became a bad guy, and Aichi. he ran into Ren.
It's,
Ren was just like, here,
Yeah.
take this deck.
you know it's powerful. I know you can tell.
Yeah. Season 2, we got to see a more comedic side of everybody.
Yeah.
People that were good guys are now, people that were bad guys are now good guys.
And bad guys were still bad guys, pretty
Yeah.
much.
But if I had to pick a favorite season,
3?
I would be leaning more towards 2, maybe 3.
I can understand.
But it's hard.
It is really hard.
I mean, all of these are. I'm not. When I say season 2 is my favorite, I'm not saying I know that 100%. I'm just like 2,
it's probably
then 3,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
1. I mean, it's hard.
We have a
guys.
basis in everything. And the best thing about season 1 is it not only did it start out like every stereotypical, Japanese anime about card games, but the main character could actually lose. Not only lose, but play the game accurately, like
terribly.
Yeah,
We're not
like
kidding.
Call
instead-
Flogel to the front.
Call whatever I call normal.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
like
they
you pointed out 2 episodes ago, Idrisil made an Elena magically became 6.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
That's like,
mhm.
I was like, okay, I'm going. Even though the first one he damage checked to stay in the game was 5. Did you notice that?
I did not
I
notice
went
that.
back and looked at that. The first Elena he hit to stay in the game past Kai had 5k. Then the
Yeah.
one he drew had 6. Then I was just like,
Seriously?
Wow.
apparently Elaine just gets 1,000 power just because it's Elaine.
I wish.
Or just wanted to heal Zane.
All right,
Or this lady.
and question 10. This, God
Oh.
damn, guys, this is another hard one. Okay, if you could
All
have
right.
only one deck, only
No!
only one,
Why?
what would it be?
Does it have to
And
include-
it was in. I remember I didn't put it in here, but on the email it said you must answer this one.
Okay, does it have to be the boss monster, or do I?
No, it just has
clan?
to be just one deck. Has to be. That's all it said. It has to be one deck. You can only have one deck. What would it be?
Clan, Kagura. Hands down.
Yeah, they have a
What
lot
about
of
deck
variety.
though? Deck.
Deck. See, now you're giving me a choice. That
Dungaree?
well, yeah.
I said
yeah.
deck, not clan.
Yeah.
Dungaree!
I don't like reverse, however, probably rebirth.
Dragonic Overlord the reverse.
Yeah. I think that might have to be the. No. Oh, whoa. Why did I miss this completely? Vogue.
Vague.
Or Vague, yeah, Vague.
Vogue is a magazine for women.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so.
Do you have
Vague.
something to tell us, Zane?
I have something to tell you.
Do you get
guys.
Vogue magazine?
I look beautiful in red.
Okay.
I have something
I'll
to tell you.
take your word for it.
Thank you.
If you go to vogue.co.uk and put in the Konami code,
Oh, yeah. I remember.
little raptors show up in hats.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, you might as well.
Is it really that funny?
My
It's
favorite.
awesome.
If I could only have one shot, that's very hard for me.
I know.
I have a feeling I'm gonna die if I don't say Majesty.
You're gonna die a little inside, or maybe Magic will feel betrayed if you don't.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say.
Majesty's still viable no matter what year you put him in.
I'm going to say Majesty because Majesty could still technically play within this meta.
Yeah.
So
And he's a 12K. He's
I
a
am
12K.
I am going to say if I can only have one deck, it'd be Majesty.
Okay.
Even though that hurts because I know I'm shooting down Ezel, and Ezel, I'm a Leo.
Ezel's fantastic.
I'm a Leo, so
Yeah.
throwing away the lion, it's hard.
It's not an easy.
I'm
choice.
sorry, Ezel, but
You made us do it. You made us do it.
yeah, whoever did this.
How dare you? No, but we love you anyway.
But yeah, feel free to send us any kind of question.
We love
enjoy them.
questions,
They're
yeah.
fun.
Preferably not repeats.
Well, we don't mind.
Not repeats.
Yeah.
Well, if we happen to repeat it, I guess we can just.
Sometimes, if you want different answers, I guess.
Yeah, if you want it, yeah, different.
Because
answer.
you can tell we have really hard times picking these answers on our own. So if you say pick a different answer this time, we can get a little bit more of both of our.
Because see, a specific deck, that's very.
That is so hard to go for.
And also, your favorite card, that was hard too.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it was
There's
just
so
like,
many
why are
things
you
that
doing
vary.
this?
Like, oh, it's tugging at my heartstrings, man.
Yeah, it's like, 'cause there's so many.
There's so many
Personally, for me,
lovelies.
I'd have to go with the
Something
Rainbow
to heart, I'm
Unicorn
guessing.
from Royal Paladin.
The Rainbow.
They won me a game.
And that guy's
Seriously?
Yes.
What-
They won you a game?
Yes.
What'd you call 4 of them and stack it all on one of them?
Pretty
I
much.
don't remember how it was. I had 3 of them my back row. I had just called him. I think I put it all in Vanguard, and he
It's a habit, man.
Didn't have
I can
enough.
yeah,
It
I
could be
think
worse.
something like that.
tell. Me and him have had close matches no matter what deck we
Oh,
fight.
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
We're not
Even
kidding.
with perfect guard.
All right, guys, we're gonna cut this off and go to episode 3.